Hey guys, what's up? Shin0525 coming at you with another video. And this video, I stole the idea from Peanut Butter Gamer. So he recently made a video talking about the games he replayed the most. And I have a whole stack of games I want to talk about. I actually have it right here. Surprisingly, a lot of Wii games I end up going back to a lot. So basically, the kind of rules for like my list are, these are games where I will start fresh, like start like a new save file. So I'm not going to count any like fighting games, because like I'll go back to games like Soul Calibur 3 or Soul Calibur 2 a couple times throughout like during a year. I usually play those games, but I'm not starting a new file on those. I just go back and play like my old file. So I am not counting games like that. I'm counting games where when I put it in, I start a new file, start it from beginning to end. So no like fighting games or no racing games where I might go back and play it, but I don't start a new file. So that's kind of the criteria for this list. So really just single player story games. And yeah, so without much being said, let's jump in. Also remember to like, comment, subscribe the video. That really does help me out. But the first game I have on my stack here is Wind Waker. Honestly, this is the game I think of the most when I think of my most replayed games, because I always, at least once a year, get the feeling of like, oh, I need to play the Wind Waker again. I'm constantly replaying this one. I don't know how many times I've actually beat it. I've played through it at least 5. It's such a good game. It's my favorite Zelda game. I like the original GameCube one, and I also like the HD one. I finally played the HD version of this game when I got my Steam Deck. I was finally able to play through it because I never had a Wii U before, and I was able to play through Wind Waker HD, and actually I like the HD version maybe better than this one. I need to play the GameCube version again before I make my final decision on that. But Wind Waker is a game I have played at least once a year, maybe once every 2 years. But I have replayed this game like a ton of times. One of my favorites. So we got the Wind Waker. Now this is a game I might have beaten 100 times, but it's not very impressive because this game is extremely short. And that game is The Bouncer for the PlayStation 2. Play the action movie. I've talked about this game before. This game is incredibly short, and one of the reasons why I constantly replay it. Basically, and I've done this before, if you skip the cutscenes in this game, which you can do, it takes about a half an hour. There's like a half an hour of gameplay on this disc, on like one playthrough of like the story mode. Now the story mode does have like optional, like you can pick one of 3 characters, and it does change depending on what character you pick and when. So there is a lot of replayability, but I must have been in this game, no lie, 100 times. Because I think to unlock everything, you need to play the game at least 4 or 5 times to unlock like all the characters and see all the stuff the game has. But it's so short, and I think that's one of the reasons why I replay The Bouncer constantly. And it's just a fun little game. Every once in a while I'll be like, you know what, I need to play The Bouncer. So I've played that a ton. Now, the next is 2 games, which I really, in my mind, kind of consider as like one big game, and that is the Sonic Adventure games. Sonic Adventure, oh, this is weird since I'm looking at it. Sonic Adventure DX, right here, and then Sonic Adventure 2. I got mixed up because I saw in my hand that Sonic Adventure DX was this way, but since I'm looking at like the pre-recording, the camera, it's like inverted, so I was like, Sonic Adventure, wait, what? And then like my monkey brain got confused for a second. So anyway, the Sonic Adventure games, I literally play these games at least once a year. I'm actually replaying Sonic Adventure DX again, and honestly, these are just comfort games for me at this point. I usually like starting like new files now, just because like it's fun just to play through the game, watch all the cutscenes again. And they're not very long, especially like since I know these games so well. I kind of just breeze through them when I play them. But I absolutely love the Sonic Adventure games, and these 2 games I just go back and replay all the goddamn time. So next is my stack of Wii games, and I was surprised when I was looking at like my game shelf back here and thinking of like, okay, what games do I really like replay all the time? I was surprised about how many Wii games I go back and replay. Number 1 Wii game, or I guess not number 1, one of the Wii games is Soul Calibur Legends for the Wii. This game is a Soul Calibur game. It's actually a hack and slash game. It's cool because it has co-op. I've never done the co-op with anybody, but the single-player story in this game is actually pretty good. It's a very basic, bare-bones hack and slash game, but I love Soul Calibur, and I actually really do like this game. I think this game would count as like a guilty pleasure because it's honestly not very good. It's a very like B-tier game, but it's just like, I love it. I'm just a huge Soul Calibur fan, and being able to play like a hack and slash game with like a slightly decent story, I love it. And I actually end up going back and playing this all the time. And honestly, what made me play this more is when I got it on my Odin 2. Because since you can emulate Wii, I emulate this game, and this game actually does have like motion controls, but it's mostly like waggle. So like you can actually map it to a button, and this game plays so much better as like a controller game than a Wii motion game. So if you do have a chance to play it, I recommend playing it on the Dolphin emulator using a controller, because it does play much better when you're using it like that. So that's Soul Calibur Legends. The next game I play all the time is The Last Story. This is my favorite Wii game. Out of all the Wii games, this one's my favorite. It's only on the Nintendo Wii too, so it's still, to this day, a Wii exclusive, and it is so good. I love the story, I love the characters. I must have played through this game 4 times, and this is actually like a decent, like maybe like 40-hour RPG, and I've played through it 4 times. It's that good. Honestly, I really do vibe with this game. The aesthetic, the characters, the setting, and every once, like, at least once a year, I get the itch to, like, go back and replay this game. I absolutely love The Last Story. So, there's that one. Next game that I've played quite a bit, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles of Crystal Bearers. I actually have a full Let's Play on my channel. It's, I think, one of the first Let's Plays I ever did. I actually have 2 Let's Plays on my channel for this, because I did one way back in there, like 10 years ago now, maybe even like 15 years ago now, where I recorded this game with a camera, like pointed at my TV. And but back in the day, that's usually how you had to record your game footage. And then once I got a capture card, I recorded this game again, did another Let's Play on this game with a capture card where we actually got good footage of it, and I absolutely adore this game. I must have beaten this game at least 6 to 7 times. It's so good. I absolutely love the world. I love the characters. Lale might be one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters, just because he's so cool and calm and collected. And he's just like a really good like RPG protagonist. And the world of this game is great. The motion controls are actually really fun. They're implemented really well. Again, this is a Wii exclusive, and you do have to use the motion controls. So it's kind of hard to emulate, but this game is definitely worth checking out. And it still is also a Wii exclusive. It is stuck on the Wii. In fact, all the Wii games that I'm bringing up are Wii exclusive now that I'm looking at them. So the next game I play all the time, Red Steel 2. This is my favorite first-person shooter. I love it. Personally, if you know me, I hate first-person shooters in general, unless you can control them with some sort of Wii motion. And like the Wii Motion Plus in this game is so good. I love the sword fighting, I love the gunplay, and like it's short enough where I don't mind replaying it again and again and again. And again, sometimes I'll get like an itching to play like a first-person game, and anytime I do, I always go back and play Red Steel 2. This game is fantastic. I also have a Let's Play on this game too, if you want to go check that out. But this game is fantastic. In my opinion, the best first-person shooter out there. And this is coming from someone who hates first-person shooters. So I've played Red Steel a shit ton. And the last game I want to talk about is Sonic and the Black Knight. I adore this game. This game is so fucking good. It has one of my favorite stories in a Sonic game. Sonic's characterization in this game is amazing, and the gameplay is fun. I actually enjoy the sword fighting gameplay, because it's pretty simple, but once you get, like, really learn how to, like, play it, because I think a lot of people struggle because they just, like, do waggle, and if you're just waggling the Wiimote, the game doesn't play as well. You're supposed to add in, like, some jumps, some homing attacks, things like that. So there is like a correct way to play this game, and there is a pretty good skill level, especially for like the very hard boss fights where you refight like Lancelot and Percival and Gwaine. The like harder versions of them, you actually need to know how the controls work for the game and actually be good at it, and it actually does require skill. But this is one of my favorite Sonic games in general, and I always end up going back and replaying this. It is genuinely one of my favorite Sonic games, and I really do just restart a file. Truly, when I go back and replay it, I just start a new file. And just watch all the cutscenes. It's great. I absolutely adore this game. If you haven't played Sonic the Black Knight, definitely go check it out. It's super good. But anyway, those are my most, like, replayed games, or the games that come to mind that I've replayed the most and probably play at least once every 1 or 2 years. And, I absolutely adore those games, and I highly recommend each one. But that was my list that I stole this idea from Peanut Butter Gamer. So thank you, Peanut Butter Gamer, for coming up with this idea that I stole and made a video of my own about it. But I would love to hear your guys' games that you've played constantly down in the description below. Or down in the comment section below. And other than that, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. That really does help me out. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye. Later.